He enjoyed it. It was the best time of his life. These are the quotes. And then I got Anderson Cooper and Young Turks guy saying I'm making it up when I have the book he wrote. His dad wrote a book. He has given multiple interviews saying this.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult? Not at all.
It was actually probably the happiest year of my life, that year of German occupation.
The symphony of destruction, trying to extinct humanity. They're trying to teach us to hate ourselves. They're trying to get us to turn our life force off. And notice when I talk about this, they'll have the right-wing watch and the Soros-funded Media Matters put up the great truths I state as if they're the authority and as if they state the great truth and go, look at the horrible thing he did. People will go, look, Jones said the sun rises, but Media Matters pointed it out, so it must not be true. It's a bizarre appeal to authority as if they're the authority and as if they're giving the marching orders. But they do give the marching orders to CNN, MSNBC, and others on how to tell the lies and how to spin the information and how to edit the videos and how to destroy the country, how to bring in the world government. But to just see Trump in that tweet, I meant to have you guys pull it up, where he said, we're not in a trade war. Like the media says, we lost the trade war in the last 40 years, being sold out to the communist Chinese, and now the surrender is over. That's what I've been saying for several years. We lost the trade war. These aren't trade wars. If they're stealing $300 billion in intellectual property, and we got a $450 million a year, $500 billion a deficit, put the math together. That's 800 to 850 billion, not counting the other 400 plus billion globally in trade deficit. So now you're up to you're up to 100. You're up to, I can't even do the math anymore of the giant systematic screw job this country has been under via these globalist authoritarians. And then people sit there and go, oh, InfoWars, you know, that's so radical. Even mainline conservatives, libertarians, thinking they get some type of brownie point with mainstream media. You guys are followers. You guys are children. I am not trying to win a popularity contest. I'm trying to destroy the New World Order. I'm trying to destroy the globalists. There's the tweet. Total truth. Out today. We are not in a trade war with China. That war was lost many years ago by foolish or incompetent people. No, they were traitors who represented the U.S. And now we have a trade deficit of $500 billion a year with intellectual property theft of another $300 billion. We cannot let this continue. It's really like 1,300 billion if you count the other trade deficits together. The whole total is 1,300 billion. 1,300 billion. It's even hard to say numbers like that. $1,300 billion trade deficit to try to prop up a communist regime when it's not even communist. It's just an oligarchy of mass murderers ruling over people and killing their babies when they catch them hiding till a year old, killing 70 million little girls at least in the womb, holding political dissidents who've done nothing but call for free speech or who are Christian or who are caught practicing any form of religion. You dead. And the left here is just creamy-eyed, creamy-eyed. So you think about how they're in love with that, and they've got that look. You know, I was watching a video about the cult that was out in Oregon in the 80s, and I'd actually read a book on that. I knew a bodyguard guy in L.A. that worked for some folks who'd actually been one of the security people there when he was like a teenager. He said, oh, no, it's all true. We were ordered to put rattlesnakes in people's, you know, mailboxes and stuff. That fella's not in the movie, but I've confirmed he was there. And they talk about the look of people that are mind-controlled. And they've got that, oh, we love our leader. He is the Lord. And then behind the scenes, it's just devil worship and flopping around and blah, all this stuff. And it's the same thing with the left. You finally get into who they are, a group of atheists or any of them, they are on their knees possessed. Wild, wild country's most shocking reveals from the sex cult's FBI informant. Well, I've talked to people that were inside of it, and they say it's worse than what you see in that movie. In fact, the show I've been watching is like a whitewash of this stuff. And all I'm getting at is, ladies and gentlemen, is I know how evil the globalists are. Ariana Huffington's been connected to that group as well. I know what they're into. I know how they operate. I've been told by people in Hollywood that it's worse than I know. Very serious people. And Hollywood promoted crap like that to make it popular until it got out of hand. So I'm up here ranting about all this, and I get really mad because I know George Soros is a Nazi collaborator. He bragged about it. I know he's coming after me and my free speech. I know he's in the WikiLeaks and other documents saying, give the internet to the UN, censor all conservatives off of it, and his plan's still being followed. Obama handed it over, and then Trump hasn't gotten it back yet. In fact, it isn't Trump even busting up the trust. It is Trump getting control of the internet, our internet, back to the U.S. In fact, here's why I was frustrated earlier. I'm not mad at anybody. We've got the whole 12 minutes, 60 minutes piece. And the little promo piece we put together when he was denying he was a Nazi collaborator was admitting he didn't have a problem at all, went out and helped round up Jews. That's not even the key to the interview. It's that he enjoyed it. It was the best time of his life. These are the quotes. And then I got Anderson Cooper and Young Turks guy saying I'm making it up when I have the book he wrote. His dad wrote a book. He has given multiple interviews saying this, and they try to keep this interview from getting out there. So let's play that little clip that you guys were able to dig up, and then let's play the little intro piece that's got Cooper denying it. But you got to watch the whole thing. It's like when he talks about it, he beams. He gets so happy. It was wonderful, and, you know, I didn't do it, somebody else would. And, you know, I took care of myself. That's what matters. You're looking at a monstrous pig who was known as a criminal that overthrew governments, bankrupted economies all over the world until he brought his money back to the U.S. in the 90s, bought out the Democratic Party with the Clintons, and basically took the country over. And he just runs wild. He just does whatever he wants. And I'm sick of him. Here it is.
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours who swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. It was actually probably the happiest year of my life, that year of German occupation.
Okay, that's part of it. Good. I know we have a bunch of these clips, but I'm just going to air the whole stinking thing. I think I may just start airing it every day. We'll call it the Soros segment, and I'll show Cooper saying it doesn't exist. I'll show Sink, who's named after a genocidal maniac group. The Young Turks killed 100, excuse me, I can't even say the numbers, 1.5 million Christians conservatively. That's all confirmed. He says it doesn't exist, and he's named after the murderous group. And he, by the way, wants me off the air and says I'm the worst person in the world. Imagine being that big a sellout and that big a scumbag. And the fact that we haven't routed these people easily really makes me feel pathetic. Here's a clip.
Of all the financial titans and philanthropists of the 20th century, none are more complex or mysterious than George Soros. Like Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, and the Rockefellers, he amassed billions through ruthless business decisions, only to turn around and give away most of his fortune to advance his own personal philosophy. He can move world financial markets simply by voicing an opinion, or destabilize a government by buying and selling its currency. He also pledged more aid last year to help people in Russia than the U.S. government did. But now George Soros is worried. He thinks the global economy is coming apart at the seams.
All right, let's stop right there.
The world needs to be protected.
I need to do a whole documentary on this. I'm serious. And just show how just that interview, every 2 seconds is a lie. Oh, he gives money to Russia to overthrow it on record. He brags about it. He just calls it overthrow if Ukraine tries to overthrow Russia. He calls it philanthropy. Oh, he gives it away. He gives it to his foundation so it's tax exempt. Like Bill and Melinda Gates, their wealth is doubled, tripled, quadrupled, where they put hundreds of billions into a foundation they own and control. Helicopters, bases, biggest jets, homes, everything tax exempt. and they're philanthropists. They put their money, into it. It's so disgusting. By the way, we're not funded by all that. We don't overthrow governments. He stabilizes governments. He's known for overthrowing them. Unbelievable. You want to stop Soros, you want to stop these scumbags, support your local station's sponsors, become a sponsor, and spread the word about the broadcast, fight them hard, realize there's a total attack going on here, and buy the products at InfoWarsStore.com. As I told you, we had to end the Myco ZX. It's so amazing at 50% off because it's getting close to selling out. Brain Force Plus and the Real Red Pill are still 50% off, but this has got to be the last day. And you get free shipping on those when you get them together. They're amazing. They go together like a horse and carriage. InfoWarsStore.com. InfoWarsLive.com takes you right to the supplements, and you will break the will and break the back of these folks when you support us financially. Plus, you're getting amazing products with the last chance on that. And we have the bodies now back in stock. And I got another big announcement I haven't even made because I'm so wound up today. InfoWars.com, NewsWars.com. We are winning. Thanks to you.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
I'm a nasty woman.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
It's the claim that the August protest was some sort of left-wing plot. Who, you might ask, would say something so offensive? An elected representative who's serving right now in the U.S. Congress.
And look at the background. George Soros is one of those people that actually helps, back these individuals. Who is he?
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours who swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right. Yes.
Was it difficult?
Not at all.
Do you think George Soros funded the neo-Nazis who marched in Charlottesville?
Wouldn't it be interesting to find out?
These conspiracy theories were first spread by radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Is this lost on anyone? George Soros is a famous Nazi collaborator.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
Introducing Cellforce by InfoWars Life. Cellforce focuses on mitochondria efficiency and protection. Mitochondria produce over 95% of your energy. They are your body's cellular engines. Cellforce helps promote your cellular energy production by supporting mitochondria, much like a cellular engine overhaul, because when your mitochondria don't run at 100% efficiency, then they start producing reactive oxygen species. Top scientists agree that aging is most likely caused by cellular damage, resulting from these reactive oxygen species. The antioxidants found in Cellforce are some of the most powerful available on the market. The stronger the antioxidant, the better its ability to scavenge for these reactive oxygen species and other free radicals. Boost, protect, and adapt with Cellforce from InfoWars Life. Head to InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.